Hi all, welcome back to Paranormal Contact. Got a little history video today, bit of the history of a place in Dorset called Tyneham. Myself and Dave went down to Dorset a little while back and we did a few videos down there, we did some investigations around the places. And one of the places we visited was Tyneham. We didn't do an investigation there because on the day it was very busy, but nevertheless it's a very interesting old place, so I just wanted to put a little bit of the history of the place on the front of this video for you, and then you can have a look around the same as we did. So hope you enjoy. So as I said, Tyneham is an abandoned village in Dorset in southern England, and it's not far from a place called Lulworth Cove, which is a really beautiful cove down there by the sea. And it's on the Isle of Purbeck. Now, there's been a settlement at Tyneham back as far as the Iron Age, and there are signs of Roman activity also around in the valley around Tyneham. So there's been people in that area for a long time. The village was mentioned in the Domesday Book. It was called there as Tygeham, Tigeham, which meant a goat enclosure. So I guess people used to keep a lot of goats there, which would make sense because it's quite hilly, quite scrubby ground. So that would make sense. So the village and 7,500 acres, which is approximately 30 square kilometres of surrounding heathland and chalk downland, were requisitioned by the War Office just before Christmas in 1943. And it was requisitioned there for the use as firing ranges and for training of the troops for the war effort. Just imagine that, just before Christmas, you've lived in that place all your life and suddenly you're told, we're taking your village, we're taking your houses, we're taking everything from you. What must that have felt like? It must have been terrible. It must have been terrible for those people. 225 people in total were displaced, so quite a few people. And I just wanted to read you a little note that was left on the church door by those people as they left. The note said, "Please treat the church and houses here with care. We have given up our homes where many of us lived for generations to help win the war to keep men free. We shall return one day and thank you for treating this village kindly." What a great sentiment, what a great attitude from those people who unfortunately did never return to Tyneham. But yeah, what a great sacrifice was made by those people to hopefully help win the war effort. So the measure was supposed to have been temporary, in as much as it was the land and the houses were acquisitioned as long as the war was continuing. But in 1948, the army placed a compulsory purchase order on the land, and it has remained as a military training area ever since. Many of the areas of the village now have fallen into disrepair. Some have been damaged by shelling because obviously it's been used as you know, a firing range. The church, however, remains in very good condition and is largely intact. And the church and the schoolhouse have now been made into a lovely old museum. What a great place, and what a beautiful sentiment of those people to be so willing to give that place up just so, you know, men could be free. So with them in mind, let's take a look at the video and the walk round, and I hope you all enjoy. Thank you. So we're having a little walk round Tyneham today, down in Dorset. So Dave's gone off in the other direction. I've come over here. The old farm machinery there. This place is a little bit similar to Imber, really. It was taken over by the military. Can't remember the exact dates, but it was taken over by the military and used for training during the war. All the villagers were asked to leave. They were originally told they'd be able to come back, but that promise was never kept, and it remained in use for training, and still is now to a point. We're still out on the ranges. They do shut the roads, and you can see up on the hills to the side of here, there's like a firing ranges and things around us. Nice old Ford tractor there, look. Little old ploughs, old push bike. Yeah. Must have been terrible if you'd lived here. You know, lived here and this was your life, this was where you were brought up, and suddenly you're told you got to go. Must have been awful. And then thinking that one day you'd come back and never being able to. Must again not been very nice. Come back to there in a minute.
This used to be the post office. Very nice. Old telephone boxes there. Oh, we're gonna have to go into this. Nice. Very old. Pretty cool place so far. So this is a bit different from Imber. They actually got plaques on the wall. The old schoolhouse.
So this was obviously the stable. It says on there that the stable was designed for 6 horses. The number needed for the working of the farm on the days when the wagons were to go to town, men would be in the stable from the early hours, watering, feeding and dressing up their teams. What a heartening sight it was when the brightly painted wagons drawn by their teams to go of gaily decorated and berry-boned horses took to the road. So, yeah, typical old stable. The old radio there, look, on the windowsill, covered in cobwebs. Some more old farm machinery. I guess this on the end would have been the tack room, yeah. All the stuff around the walls, look. Very nice. So apparently this barn used to be used sometimes as a theatre. This is Tyneham Barn Theatricals, 1899 to 1914. Okay. And we've got an old cart over the back there. Wooden wheels with the iron rims that rattle your bones. And we've got all the tools around the wall still that would have been used. Some old woodworking tools and things there. And then some scythes, grass cutting, various other tools and bits and pieces. Wow. Hutchings and Son. Builders, 1924, West Stour, Dorset. See up in the roof, look. The old beams have been reinforced with new timbers, obviously because they're starting to rot. But the rest of the place is in pretty good nick. I guess originally this would have been thatched or stone slates maybe. Now it's got a tin roof on it. So, various old bits.
on the walls there. The old shells. Wartime Dorset. 1943, Tyneham became part of the wartime Dorset Coast Battle Area, a training ground for American and British tank crews based at nearby Lulworth and Bovington camps. You can see what happens to these things when they're fired. Oh my god. Look at those. So this thing here, they form the outside case of a modern Challenger 2 tank shell, and the hollow centre contains the armour-piercing high-velocity dart. Wow. This metal's really thick on these things, and it's all twisted. You can imagine the force that these things must have made when they hit something. Wow. Incredible. So it says there that Churchill's War Cabinet ordered the evacuation of the Tyneham Valley, along with the occupants of farms and small holdings in Povington, Lulworth and Creech. Over 100 properties were claimed by the military. You can't come to one of these villages without looking at the churches. Right, so by the looks of this, there are places you can get into, there's places you can't. So just like Imber, anybody that lived or was born in Tyneham, looks like they bring them back to bury them in Tyneham. This is just like Imber, closed off near a military base. I don't quite know the history of Tyneham yet because I haven't done the history part of the video as of filming this, but it's pretty much just like Imber. I want to take a guess to say that this is the old schoolhouse up here, just here. Just want to take a guess. See, check it out. Before the Second World War time, it was just a very small village right there in Dorset. Farming and fishing for livelihood. We were taught. It's in history.
I shall come back to the school. This looks like the old rectory cottages. Oh, the greatest thing is little cross there, cross there. Guess it's closed off because it's too dangerous to go in, which is fair enough. Yeah, it is. Unstable. But this is fenced off. Very cool place. Okay, so this one's the gardener's cottage. Just here. Cottages. This building here, and there is another one there. And obviously these are fenced off because they're too dangerous to walk in. Because of collapse. It's not a huge base, this one. Well, it spans over quite a vast area. There's a farm, which I don't know where Rich is, but he might be going to have a look at that. This village made a living from its farming and fishing because we're very close to Lowworth. Well, Lowworth is just there, basically. But yeah, very, very cool place.